Hey, it's Nooch, and the Inspire event came out again tonight. What we quickly learned is that it is now the SPAWN-spire event. If you are not playing with your Battle Droid Factory and your Ewok Treehouse, then you are not playing the Inspire event. You're just asking to lose. Now, Nooch went in, lost his first battle trying to get used to it. We're going to show you the first battle here. We're going to show you all 8 battles, 6 of them pretty quickly. We're going to get them on 3 times speed. But the deal is you want to get your spawning towers up, and people are doing this with Yoda or Leia on the light side. Really, I'm not sure the legendary hero matters. What Yoda does give you is an anti-battle droid force. He can really go down the field and wipe out battle droids, and since you're going to be fighting battle droids when you're on the light side, that's why you neutral with Yoda. So the deal is get the spawners up in the back. If you get both towers up in the back, then you have, that extra, your territory moves forward a little bit. See it move forward there? So now you're inspired in a bigger territory. Then once you get past middle territory, if you've got control of the game and someone uses a bomber and uses all their energy to bomb an Ewok tower, get the middle tower up. Nooch has been seeing it tonight with using another spawner in the middle or a particle beam. Nooch really loves that missile launcher there. And what the missile launcher does is it kind of renders your towers on your end maybe a little useless. Like if Johnny here started putting up battle droid factories, that missile launcher would be going to town with battle droid factories, which it's about to do. So it puts a battle droid factory's gone. It also cleaned up Darth Vader. Darth Vader's going around, and the Ewoks are going so fast because they're inspired all the way down past the middle. So once you get past the middle and you're farther inspired, you get that forward tower, it's pretty much game over. If you got spawners in the back, you got a forward tower, then those units are going to stay inspired all the way down the field, and they're never going to not be inspired. You're going to win. What you're going to see here are 8 5-stud wins in the Inspire event from Nooch. Now, we're going to play a bunch of them on fast speed. The next one you'll see at regular speed will be the first dark side one we get to. We'll play that regular speed. Then our last battle, I think we're playing that at regular speed too. We'll get this all done in about 11-12 minutes. Don't worry. But we're going to play these at 3 times speed so you can really, you don't have to spend forever. You can kind of get the idea. But the deal is that get a little bit of control. If your opponent starts pretty far back with their stuff, get both the spawners up and get moving. And as soon as you can get, really, you see here, these games are over fast because there's just so many units coming down and they're inspired almost all the way down the field. Nooch really enjoyed using the missile launcher. So let's talk a little bit about the channel while this is running. You can enjoy the gameplay over here. So Nooch has got the Discord channel up. Really want to ask you if you are enjoying the content. Nooch does not often ask for subscribers, but if you're enjoying everything that Nooch is putting out on LEGO Star Wars Battles or even LEGO Legacy Heroes, please do subscribe to the channel. It does help Nooch. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and right now I think we're at 215. When you hit that 1,000 subscribers, then you've got a chance to monetize. And really, honestly, Nooch is putting some time into this to try and put some great content together for all of you. So hoping to make this kind of a little side gig. So anyway, enough about Nooch. Here we're spawning. That's what's going on the channel. You have the Discord channel. Please subscribe. Watch the stuff. Spread it around to your friends. Tell everybody what's going on. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Nooch has to give some credit. Nooch didn't think of the strategy. Nooch did not come up with this. He got it from his buddies on Discord, listening to Bricktini and Buddha talking about it. They both kind of came in at the same time. Bricktini kind of discovered it on his own. Buddha said that he had watched an opponent do it. So it's kind of out there. It's becoming common knowledge that if you're using these spawners in this event, the Inspire event is all about these battle droid factories and Ewok treehouses. Here we got our first dark side event. So let's see how this one goes against the Big O. That's big offense, in case you were wondering. The Big O. So what's Nooch going to do? We got the BB-8. So we've got BB-8 and BB-9 in their starting lineup. We don't think that's going to last forever. Right now, the game is set where your first 4 cards in your deck are actually the first 4 cards you play with. At some point, the developers will fix that because Nooch has said something, and that is not the intent of the game to have that going on. Regardless, if you start off with BB-8, you can get him down the field. You can get at least 1 spawning tower up. And depending on what your opponent's doing, you know, if they drop a Darth Vader back by their X-wing or by their TIE fighter, or you know Luke back by their X-wing, put another spawning tower up, get them both up. But as soon as NOOCH, this is how it worked almost every time. NOOCH would have 2 spawn towers up in the rear. Then his opponent would bomb one of them, and NOOCH knew that so much energy had been spent on the game that when that bomber was spent, it was the last 4 energy that his opponent had. And NOOCH almost always had energy left at that point because NOOCH was not spending all his energy. So NOOCH would drop the missile launcher in the middle, and as soon as he dropped the missile launcher in the middle, the game is over. Because now we're inspiring our units 2/3 of the way down the field. They're going to get an advantage in the opponent's end. NOOCH is going to build that missile launcher in the opponent's end, and then you got to inspire 100% of the way, well, 90% of the way down the field, and your opponent has no chance to recover against these towers. The way to kill them is not with a bomber. You're spending too much energy. That 4 energy is too much. The way to try to kill these, and if you can watch there's another dark side one here. It's in fast motion. It might be coming up right now. But if you can use like a seismic charge and your Imperial dropship at the same time, or you can use your Booma Balls and the Ewok glider at the same time. The dropship and the glider are the way to do it, but you've got to be able to stun the units around there, or keep the units that are spawning busy, because they're spawning with Inspire. You know, they're spawning ready for action. So you've got to be able to keep them busy while you drop the dropship or the glider on it. But that's the way to do it. It's the same cost or cheaper than those towers. The bomber is just so inefficient. It's just not the way to go in this event, and it's a common card, so it doesn't. I think that the bomber, yeah, I guess it does wipe out both towers, but just gives your opponent an advantage. It's like using a sniper in the real game. Yeah, they're doing damage, but you're using so much energy for it. It gives your opponent an advantage when you use it. So we're almost to the end now. What we're going to do is on the last battle, we're going to play it at regular speed. We're going to show you the rewards that NOOCH got, so you can see that NOOCH took that one loss at the very beginning, went the rest of the way through, getting 5 studs without any pauses in between. Really kind of took this thing by the ears and swung it around. NOOCH isn't really sure how to put that. So what else is going on? Well, we got back here. This is a book, Han Solo and the Lost Legacy, circa 1980. If you're into Star Wars literature, this is one of the first ones. In fact, let's pull it up here a little bit and take a look at it. So Han Solo and the Lost Legacy. I think this is a first edition, published 1980 paperback by Brian Daly. It says, From the Adventures of Luke Skywalker. How about that? So you're looking for a crystal skull there. Oh, that's kind of an Indiana Jones 4 preview. Why'd they make that movie? Just trying to fill a little time here while you guys watch stuff go through at 3 times speed. So that's how this Inspire event is going to run going forward. NOOCH does not want to talk about guaranteed wins. I know Buddha's going to do that. We're going to put the link to Buddha's video down below. Buddha talks about guaranteed wins. The problem is, everybody's going to be figuring this out. Everybody's going to be doing the same thing. And then you don't have a guaranteed win. You're going to have to play. You're going to have to play better than your opponent to win it. And there really aren't any guaranteed wins in this game. You could put together the most beautiful, amazing deck that you've ever seen in your life, and you're still going to play against another human being who's capable of beating you at any time. So if you start thinking about guaranteed wins, that's when you really start to guarantee that you're going to be losing. So be careful with that. Always take your opponent seriously. Don't get too high when you win. Don't get too low when you lose. Keep pushing forward. A last little battle before our last one here. You see there it was. That was the dropship with the seismic charge. Commando says, well played. And what we're going to get here is a resign. We're going to get him at such a disadvantage that he's not going to be able to continue. I don't know if we're going to do that dropship again. But let's see how we finish off that other tower. Once you get the missile launcher, there is a dropship. Once you get the missile launcher up in the middle, your opponent's got real problems. If you got 2 spawning towers in the back and a missile launcher in the middle, there are very few ways to overcome that effectively. You can get that missile launcher down, or you could bomber one of the back spawning towers, but you're doing it at such a cost. It is so expensive to do that, and takes up so many resources and so much time that you really are kind of costing yourself the battle when you do that. Here we go. Last event against Darth Vader. That's a very good name. We know that Nooch is Nooch Vader, so we have respect for anything that has Vader in it. And we get our 2 spawning towers up right away. We saw that Dark Vader dropped his Vader back by the TIE Fighter, so we got our 2 spawning towers up immediately, and he just used a special, so our port's going to get on Vader pretty much inspired with inspired Ewoks behind them. We're going to take out that Stormtrooper. This game is pretty much over. That was an accidental bomber drop there. And unfortunately, Dark Vader, that really ended it for you, because trading that 4 energy for Nooch's 4 energy on the missile launcher is a very, very bad trade. We're going to go in, we're going to finish this up, we're going to get our 5 studs, we're going to open our holocron, we're going to get our Darth Vader legendary card, and that's pretty much the whole event. Go in there and practice with it. Get your advantage, get your spawning towers up, really get the feel for how you want to play, because maybe you don't want to use that missile launcher. Maybe you want to use 3 spawners. Maybe you want to put a particle beam in the middle. You're going to have a different way of playing than other people are. Nooch knows Bertini was playing with Leia, so it would give him an advantage. Like, he'd put the spawning towers up, and then in the middle, before he got a tower in the middle, he was using Leia's Inspire, so he would keep the units around her inspired until he got that middle tower up. That's all we got for you today. As we watch Nooch open Darth Vader, the first out of 10 cards for the next level, you've got to be inspired, because Nooch too good.